In this video, I want to discuss, do sellers still need to pay a buyer agent commission? So back in 2024, there was a lawsuit filed against the National Association of Realtors about commission. And what has changed is it can no longer be advertised in the MLS about what a seller is offering a buyer agent who brings a willing, able, and ready buyer who is qualified and ready to purchase. They can no longer advertise what they are offering out in commission. However, here is what is still happening. If you are a seller, yes, you still can pay a buyer agent commission. And I highly recommend that. And I want you to know that doing this for 20 years, agents work extremely hard. The full-time agents, and some part-time agents. I understand that, this profession can be a hobby to some. However, when you do this 20 years, every single day for 30,000 hours of investing your skill set, we work hard for our money. And so when I go on listings, I explain this new rule to my sellers. However, it is in their best interest, in my opinion, if they want to sell their home, to offer out a commission to a buyer agent, because most buyers are not able to afford the extra percentages when their closing costs are due. And here's another thing that buyers need to know is that agents now require that you sign a buyer agency before even leaving their office or before showing a property. And this is the transparency. And this is why this is good. Because you need to know what your commission is being paid for. Okay, an agent does a lot of work for their commission. And yes, some people think that they're paying way too much. But when you break it down, it is very little. So just remember, when you are going to have a buyer agent represent your best interest, be fiduciary to you, you will need to sign a buyer agency so you know where their commission is coming from. And here is my final message, and this is what sellers need to know, and here is my recommendation. There aren't buyers telling their agents, do not show me any homes where the sellers are not offering out a fair compensation. And here's why. Most buyers don't have that extra 2.5, 3 percentage points, after their closing costs are due. So if you are looking to sell your home, I always recommend my sellers to offer a fair compensation out to a hard-working realtor. Now remember, I have shown hundreds of homes to buyers before they were ready to make an offer. Literally hundreds of hours of time spent. So I want you to know there is work going on behind the scenes when a buyer agent is showing homes. So there you have it, regarding sellers paying a buyer agent commission. Yes, they can still do that. And remember, if you are a seller and you're not offering out a commission, there are a lot of buyers that are telling their agent, do not show me anything where the compensation for you is not being offered out, just because we cannot fit that in to our closing cost. If you have any questions about this topic, please reach out to me. There's a lot of ways to structure commission, paying agents to sell your home. Remember, cost is only an issue in the absence of value. I live by that, I work by that, and I'm a true believer. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please reach out. There is never any cost or obligation. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.